Good morning. It is March, 5 o'clock in the morning. It is raining. We're just headed into the shop. We're going to do some repair on our Puma before we get started here in the month of March. We are on year 5, so 5 years marks that we've been here. I wanted to read something real quick. In Proverbs chapter 3, verses 9 and 10, it says, "Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will overflow with new wine." In the last episode, we started off talking about how in the morning we need to, seek God first thing in the morning. Well, our first fruits as well, right? The first fruits of our day. It's not just the first fruits of our possessions, but it's also our day. And when we get up in the morning, right, that's a new day. It's a new breath. It's new life that God has given us. It's a new opportunity to serve Him, and we need to be giving Him the first fruits of our day. So going forward, we've kind of mixed it up a little bit of doing devotionals in the beginning, doing verses in the beginning, doing kind of some field work and stuff in the beginning. But going forward from here on out, we are going to be doing our devotionals first thing in the morning. First thing in the episode, that's going to be the very first thing we do. And that's because this channel, first and foremost, is dedicated, right, to the gospel, to spreading God's truth throughout the platform that He's given us. And I mean, what a blessing it is to be able to play this game, to be able to spread His word and do it all together. But it's also important that the first thing we do is the devotional right away. And that comes back to giving God our first fruits, right? In Malachi chapter 3, it talks about how, when we store up fruits in His kingdom and we put our first fruits into His storage, it says that He will open up the windows of heaven and pour out blessings, which is not room enough for us to receive it. So just kind of going forward, that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to be, doing our devotional, 2 to 3 minutes, in the very beginning of every episode, and then we're going to kind of just get after the tasks within that game day, or within those few months that we have ahead of us. So just trying to share that with everybody, and just kind of let everybody know how we're going to structure things kind of going forward. So like I said, we are in March. It's around 5:30. It is raining currently. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to get done. So the first thing we're going to do, we need to do some maintenance on our tractor. So we're going to go ahead and get that done. $8,500. Holy Toledo. Go ahead and repair our forks while we're in here. Oh, it won't let us. Repair our loader arm for $1. We do need to get some hay moved around. So we need to get our cows fed. Let's check the straw on our cows as well. Straw's still looking pretty good. We might throw a couple bales of straw in there for them. But we need to get them some hay. They've only got about a bale left. Our goats and sheep are looking pretty good yet. They're sitting around 16,000 liters of hay, so they're doing really good. We'll move some milk around. We'll move some the wool around once it hits 1,000 liters. We'll check our greenhouses as well. Make sure that's good to go. But like I said, we have a lot to get done. We will be mowing our hayfield. We will be liming, taking soil samples out. We will be mowing our hayfield, liming it, fertilizing it, and rolling it. We also need to take soil samples again on our hayfield as they're outdated, so we're going to go ahead and get that done. And we got a bunch of planting to do. So we are planting everything in sunflowers. Now we'll explain that in just a little bit. All right, currently a little after 9 o'clock in the morning. The rain is finally all done. We got the cows fed. We did move around some pallets of goat milk and some wool as we ran out of room. We're going to go ahead and get a worker started on cutting the field. We might even have him rake and do the baling because we do need to, like I said, we got to take the soil samples on it. We also got to get it limed. We got to get it fertilized and rolled. And we also have to get all of our sunflowers planted yet this month. And, it's quite a bit of work to get done. I know it's only it's one hay field, and I think we got 3 fields by the farm that we have to plant. It's going to take some time, especially with having to get all the bales moved and everything else. I think, honestly, with one spreader full of lime, we should be more than enough. So we won't have to make too many trips. We'll bring the lime and fertilizer down here together. So we only have to make one trip back to the farm to grab the roller. But we also... Let's just jump out here. Is it ready to cut? All right, it is ready to harvest. We're one stage early, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get it done. We got to get it done this month. We don't have a choice. It's something that has to be done. So it's going to get done. So we're going to hop back to the farm, and we're going to grab our truck. So we have to go up to the warehouse and move one more load of material for the county. So they got everything else at the grain sell point that they needed for material, but they got one more load, and that should be all we have to bring there. And they should have enough to be able to complete the project. So I will catch everybody up there. We'll get it moved, and we'll check out the progress and see how they're doing. All right, so we've got some cement bags and cement bricks to go ahead and drop off. I got some of the boards replaced. So they have all of the roof replaced. So it's coming together. Excited to see it done. Excited to see it back up and running. I think we can actually go ahead and walk through here, I believe, if we want to take a little venture. Just kind of see how things are looking. Let us sneak on up. We'll just watch our step, make sure we don't take any missteps. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we can walk through here once it's complete. But quite the relic. Quite the relic. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get back. Let's get our planter ready. We got to get it filled up with seed, get it filled up with fertilizer, and we're going to get to planting some sunflowers. And we'll talk about some stuff while we're planting. All right. Our worker was done cutting the hay, so we want to go ahead and get this switched over. So we will be washing and repairing everything as soon as we're done using it this month. And I'll explain why here in just a little bit. All right, let's get to planting. We're going to go ahead and get some planting done. We're planting sunflowers in every single one of our fields. All 4 fields getting sunflowers. So I said we'd talk about it here in a little bit. So let's talk about it. So over the last couple episodes, we talked about how there's an investor coming into the area looking to buy some land, looking to buy some businesses out. And they've reached out to us multiple times. They've asked us if we'd be interested in selling. They said that they, liked what we had going on. They liked how big we were, the opportunity for expansions, the inventory already stored up, and kind of the name and reputation we've already built. We had been putting into a lot of prayer. We weren't sure what we wanted to do. We mentioned that there was a opportunity potentially in a different area, not within the United States, to go out and team up with another ministry. There was a farm for sale in the area that would allow us to go ahead and continue farming, plus utilize that farm as a way of providing for this other ministry. So through the winter months, we've reached out, we've been in contact with the ministry team. We've traveled to the area and we have kind of seen what they were about. We've looked at what, they're looking to do and what they want to do, what their goals are, how they've been set up so far, and kind of where they're headed and what their vision is and what they feel like God is leading them to do. We went and toured the farm that we're looking at potentially buying. There's a couple different farms in the area. I think there was 2 for sale that we went and looked at, and we're not sure which one we want to purchase yet, but we felt like God is leading us to go ahead and make the move. So we will be selling to this investor. Now, the sale is already in the works. Paperwork has already been drawn up. So technically, as it stands, this farm is no longer going to be ours. They had requested that we planted soybeans in all the fields, and they said they would pay us a decent amount to get it planted if we were willing to do that even before the paperwork was finalized. We said that's not a problem. Worst case scenario, things fall through. We can always go ahead and use this as an inventory for us, an avenue for us to go ahead and progress as well. So there's no harm, no foul in us doing this. But as it stands and the way it looks, this will be our last and final episode here on Humble Beginnings. It's been an amazing journey. It's taken us through a lot of ups and downs. We have put in a lot of hours. We have went through a lot of struggles. We went through a lot of progressions, faced a lot of adversity, learned a lot through the trials and tribulations, but have been tremendously blessed. And God has truly taught us a lot throughout this journey and truly blessed us, right? So to kind of go forward with, kind of how things are going to go. So we're looking at moving to Western Slovakia. We're going to be teaming up with a ministry called Second Dawn Ministries. I've kind of talked a little bit about their mission statement and what they're going to be doing. And basically, it's providing a second chance, right? Just as Christ provided us a second chance when he died and was resurrected again, right? He came and gave up his deity in heaven and came down to earth as a man. He came and he taught, he walked, he was an example, endured all things. And then ultimately he died and rose again, right? As the ultimate sacrifice for our sins, to pave the way for us to have eternal life, to be resurrected, to give us that second chance of redemption and restoration with the Father, to have everlasting life. And that's what this ministry does. It takes those who, have fallen into addictions or abuse in multiple different ways, right? Who have fallen on hard times through financial decisions, right? Just bad choices in life or just things that have come up that have put them in this position, right? Could be legal issues, it doesn't matter, right? And that's the amazing thing, that Christ doesn't look at what we've done, right? Because one sin separates us. It doesn't matter what the sin is sin, right? There are severities of sin, but sin is sin and it's punishable by the same thing. And so this ministry takes these individuals and disciples them, and it's all through the gospel. It's all through Christ, right? It's 100% biblical based. It's 100% got a foundation in Christ. Christ is the foundation of this ministry to provide an opportunity for a place for these individuals to come. It's fully funded, fully provided for through the community. The housing is fully provided for, the food, the clothing, everything is provided for these families, these individuals to come and to just focus on healing and restoration. And the ministry team provides that discipleship, provides that foundation, provides the teachings and instructions, provides the counseling, right? Through biblical-based counseling that points them towards Christ, who is the healer, the redeemer, and the one that sets us free ultimately. And then they work on reintegrating them into society and helping them to, find jobs. So, the Lord has really put a massive vision on the hearts of these individuals who are running it. And he's really paved a way for us to, find a farm to be able to continue what we're doing, but also to be able to utilize that farm to help provide, financially, with food, with, all sorts of different things that our farm is going to be utilized to provide for. So it's a tremendous opportunity for us to move. It's going to cost a ton of money for us to do it, but the investors have willing to pay us our net worth on what our farm is worth. When we started doing some preliminary work, the farm right now is worth over $6 million. And that is a testament to what God has truly done and how far he's brought us, right? Nothing, in debt, with zero line of credit, zero name. We moved out here with nothing, just full of bad choices. And hopes and prayers, right? And he has put us to the point where now we're worth over $6 million, right? And I mean, it's going to cost almost all of that to go ahead and move, to a whole nother country, to move the things that we need to, buy the equipment that we're going to need to get started. So right now we're looking to move kind of in, by the end of next fall, maybe early next spring. So we have some time to kind of get situated and get things in order here and then get things in order there. It'll take a couple different trips for us to go ahead and, make sure we finalize everything and do all that stuff. But that right now is the direction that we're headed. So like I said, we've had, 4 tremendous years. We're beginning year 5 here on Humble Beginnings. God has truly blessed us, and but he's provided an opportunity, and he's opened a door, and I think it's important for us to, walk into those opportunities that he's given us to further his gospel in different areas, and to, partner with another ministry that is doing that exact same thing. And I'm super excited about it. And I'm honestly, I'm just looking forward to the journey. I just cannot wait, but we're gonna, make sure everything here is set up. So with that being said, we need to get all these fields planted. We need to take care of the hay field, right? We gotta get it limed. We gotta get it fertilized. We gotta get it rolled. So that way, when they walk into here, they're going to be walking into a fully established, fully ready to go farm where all they have to do is just manage the cows until harvest season. Go ahead and harvest. They've got an inventory built up. We're going to go through what we have for an inventory towards the end of the episode and talk about what we're allowing them to walk into and how we set them up, to go forth and start supplying right away. They've talked to us a little bit about their vision. They want to get into, some bread and things like that, kind of growing the productions. They're thinking about getting into oils and having an oil factory to provide, canola oil, sunflower oil. They've even talked about doing olive oil. So, they got a big vision as well. And they just love what we've done. And, they love the vision that we've set before ourselves and how we've accomplished it and the reputation that we've established throughout the town. And, we told them that we're always willing to be in contact. You got any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll give any advice that they have. We're going to, do a meetup with all of our contacts within the area and make sure that everybody is understanding, that we're moving and that these are the individuals taking over. And hopefully with the face-to-face interactions, we'll establish that, relationship right away with them and allow them to kind of grow. And it'll be fostered throughout the community. And it'll just be a blessing, not only to us, or to them, but also to the entire community. So that is kind of where we're at. We will be restoring, or not restoring, but repairing and refueling everything. Everything when we walk out of here is going to be at 100% other than paint. We're not painting nothing. The grain mill will be 100% done. We're going to be able to have time to kind of see that through, not as owners, but, like I said, we're not moving until spring or late fall, so we'll have some time to be able to kind of come back and visit the area and see the grain mill, all fully established and things working well. So I'm super, super excited about that as well, to kind of be part of that process and to see some restoration come into the town, see the town, growing and taking care of itself. So yeah, just really excited about the entire thing, and just what a blessing it is, for God to use us and to allow us to be part of His work throughout the area that we've been in, and also throughout other areas. So yeah, I guess we're going to get some work done. We are going to finish up this field. We'll move into the next one. We'll kind of jump in as we're talking, and then we'll kind of see what the month has to bring us as it progresses. And I'll catch up with everyone just a little bit. All right, we've got our first field done. Headland Pass is done on our second field. I believe our worker is just about finished with the windrow, so we'll be swapping him over with the baler pretty soon. As a matter of fact, since he's done windrowing, let's go ahead and let's get the soil samples taken right away, just that way we don't forget about it. Let's go up to our hay field, field 11. Let's go ahead and purchase soil samples. $4,200. Economic analysis, we'll just leave that alone. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so there we go. We got those taken. That way we can go ahead and get our liming and fertilizing and rolling done as soon as we're done baling, and that'll kind of give us a refresh on the field, give us the most accurate levels that we need, and it'll bring it up to the best quality yield potential for the investors that are be taking over. So we're gonna keep plugging along at this field, and once our worker's done windrowing, we'll get him switched over, and then I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw a small little time lapse in here of the remainder of this field. We'll fill up with seed and fertilizer beforehand so we can go ahead and get it all done in one shot.
I worked the ground with calloused hands, trusting rain I couldn't command. Some seasons broke me, bent me low, but the soil taught faith in what I sowed. When pride was high, you brought me down, taught my heart where hope is found. From dusty knees, from fields laid bare, I cried out, Lord, you met me there. From the rose I called your name, you heard my cry, you broke my chains. Give thanks to the Lord, his mercy grows like fields made ready, like seeds well sown. He saves, redeems, restores the soul. Let the faithful rise up and say so. I've seen dry land come back to life after long nights and heavy fights. You opened gates I couldn't move, pulled me from bondage, made me new. You led me out, you showed the way.
All right, so we're just finishing up field number 2. Our baler is just about finished up as well. So what I think we're gonna do is we're just gonna get this field done. We'll go fill it back up with seed and fertilizer, and then I think we'll set a worker on our next small field just to go ahead and keep that moving. We do really need to get that whoops, yeah, this the seeder certainly pushes this tractor on a little bit, especially when it's open like this. Could be the tires as well. I think the tires are good. I guess they're a little over half used up, but that'll be taken care of once we start doing some repairs on a lot of our equipment, especially as we get done using it. We're going to be repairing it, so we won't forget about it. But anyway, I was saying that we need to get our field, limed and fertilized, and we need to get those bales picked up. And the bales are something that we need to do. So we'll set the worker on the field. We'll get him going, and then we'll get to picking our bales up. And we'll just kind of jump in and out as we're getting things done. We're gonna get first task is to get this guy filled up, and then get him started, and then start picking up bales. All right, so I think we got around 21 bales, so it should definitely all fit on one trailer, which is pretty nice. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but we're gonna go ahead and just leave that off for now. I'm not sure where that happened. All right, here we go. We'll pick up the bales. We'll come back for that load of stuff. I did unload it at the farm, but for some reason, there it is. But anyway, as I was saying, it's only around 21 bales. So I know that, we were going to be a lot shorter because it wasn't at the second harvest state. It was only at the first harvest stage. So we knew we were going to be taking a bit of a hit, but we needed to get it refreshed, and we needed to, be able to get everything kind of at the very beginning stage again. So we wanted to make sure we cut it right away, in March whenever the first cutting was available, so we could get everything kind of reset in preparation for the new owners to be taking over. So that's why we cut it when we did, and we don't necessarily need to have all the hay. It was just a means of extra inventory, You know, it could be extra money for them. Depends on what direction they decide to go with things. But either way, we're going to get this picked up. We're going to head back, get it unloaded. I am going to grab some fertilizer just so we don't have to make another trip up here with the truck. So well, we're already coming up here. I don't know. I'm going to grab some fertilizer, bring it up here with us. So that way we can swap between our lime and our fertilizer right here at the field. And then we'll just have to make one more trip back with the tractor to get the roller instead of trying to make 3 trips back there. All right, we got everything picked up, and we did bring a bunch of fertilizer over here so we can just swap out the lime for the fertilizer as soon as we're done. Should make pretty quick work, and we'll only have to make one more trip back to the farm with the tractor to drop off the spreader, grab the roller, and then get the field rolled. So we're gonna go ahead and get this done, and I'll catch up with everybody when we're ready to roll. All right, we are finally done with that. We used a little bit more than what I thought we would. We actually used around 12,000 liters of lime. I figured we'd had more than enough with what we actually had in there, but we didn't. That's okay. Thankfully, we brought enough over here to get it done. Our worker is done planting that field, so we're going to go ahead and get him switched over, get him started in the big field. We'll get this all finished up, and then we'll take over for him once we're done taking care of our hayfield. I'm really hoping we're going to have time to get it all done today. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit worried that we're not going to get it done, but time will tell. We'll see. We'll get as far as we can, and then if for some reason it's not done, to get finished up next month. All right, we ended up having way more than enough, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get everything back to the farm and get the roller, and we're just going to put together a little cinematic, I think, of the rolling and the planting together. We'll knock that out at the same time. Oops, we're still spreading, so shut that off. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just knock it all out, and I will most likely see everybody at the beginning of April.
I was counting years like bushel, stacking pride up in the shed. Thought a strong back was my savior, thought hard work would raise the dead. But a heart can still be empty, even full of earthly gain. I met Jesus in the low ground, where he washed me like the rain. I got found in the furrows, saved in the soil, grace in the gravel, peace in the toil. He called my name in the dust of the fields. That day the plow broke more than the wheel. Didn't happen in a steeple, didn't come from being good. It was mercy in my weakness, like I never understood. I got found in the furrows, saved in the soil, grace in the gravel, peace in the toil. He called my name in the dust of the fields. That day the plow broke more than the wheels.
All right, so we're just finishing up the last 2 passes with this field. Things went very smoothly, quicker than I was actually expecting them to go. I thought we'd be at this quite a bit longer, but having a little bit of a bigger planter certainly does make things go pretty quickly. We did have enough fertilizer. We had enough seed to plant the whole thing, so I was even more surprised by that. I say we have enough. We got a little piece here with 31 liters. We might run out of liquid fertilizer with this last little pass, but either way, we'll just finish it up. The last little bit's not going to make that big of a difference. We got pretty much everything cleaned, everything repaired, minus our planter and the tractor that we're using right now. We replaced the tires on the majority of everything. That was at least 30% or higher for tire wear. Otherwise, we didn't really worry about if it wasn't 30% or more. But yeah, it's been a very busy March here on the farm. But like I said, we're able to complete all the tasks. And as we finish up this last little bit here, we had enough to plant the whole thing with the seed and fertilizer that was in there. So thank the Lord that we had enough. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and touch up these corners while I'm at it, just to make sure that we're getting full yield out of it. Unlike the last ones that we had, we didn't get to plant this. So I'm going to go ahead and touch up these corners, and then we will be moving into April, and we'll see what April has for us. So I'll see everybody here in just a little bit. All right, so we are in April. We got a couple things to get done this month. We need to put some straw in for the cows. So that's going to be our first task. We also need to put a bale of hay in for the cows. So that's what we're going to do next. And we did pick up one last, oops, I don't want to tip our bales too much. We did pick up a contract for some oats. So we're going to go ahead and get that delivered as well. Let's go ahead and drop these bales off. Hopefully they stay. There they go. All right, let's hook up to our straw blower and let's go deliver some straw. All right, there we go, dropping it off. So we got a call again from the investors, and we've been talking over the last few weeks, and it is going to be official. This month they're going to be purchasing the farm from us, so this will be our last month as owners. We're going to finish up these couple of tasks. It won't be finalized till towards the end of the month anyway. So right now everything is still ours. Everything that we own and utilize are still ours to do as we see fit. We won't be doing too much with anything though. We're basically just going to be filling that old contract. We'll be taking one of the investors with us, kind of on a ride along, just to make acquaintances with some of the contacts that we've made throughout our time here. But other than that, pretty much everything else that's here is going to remain in their possession. They will be purchasing it with the farm. That includes all the animals. That includes all the inventory that we've stored up. So once we get towards the end of the month and we kind of see what's all there, we'll do a tally and figure out what it's worth. And like I said, they offer to pay us, our net worth. So we're going to be taking a look at that here shortly as well. And based off the inventory that's stored up, kind of what's available. So I'm going to meet up with everybody here in a little bit. I'm going to get the cows fed. I'm going to get the grain moved over and get that prepared for sale. And then we'll kind of just jump in together and we'll see where we're sitting, see where we're at, and kind of see what the investors has, told us what we're worth and what they're willing to pay. And we'll see if everything lines up. All right, so we fulfilled our contract. It is around 5:30 here towards the end of April. Figured we kind of just come over here, hang out by the cows while we do some talking, kind of look at where we're sitting and what we have discussed with the investing company coming in that is purchasing this property from us here relatively soon. So if we go ahead and we go into our vehicles, we can see that we did repair everything. So there's a bale spike that's at 99%, and then the Vadistad Rex is 1230. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that is. It's at 99%. Other than that, we've fueled everything up and we have repaired everything as we said we would do. We replaced everything with tires that was 30% or more on where we go ahead and check into our net worth. Our net worth currently, this number is not accurate. We have to minus the water from the automatic greenhouse, which is 99 million out of the 106 million. So our current net worth right now is $6.26 million. And so, I mean, it's a little bit more than that, right? We're rounding the numbers up. But that's what the investing company is going to be paying us, is around that 6.26 million for our property. If we go ahead and we just check our inventory, we're leaving them with quite a few things. So if we look at apples, I mean, they've got, 49,000 liters of apples, 119,000 liters of apple juice. They've got, 284,000 liters of corn, 23,000 liters of goat milk, 1.1 million liters of hay, 154,000 liters of lettuce. We're looking at manure as well at 40,000 liters, 190,000 liters of oats, 94,000 liters of mushrooms. We've also got 7,000 liters of seed for them as well. They've got 3.1 million liters of straw, 479,000 liters of wheat, and about 2,000 liters of wool. There is some fertilizer as well, and there is some liquid fertilizer and a little bit of herbicide that they have. So they're walking into a really good inventory as far as, a variety and a surplus as well. Like I said, they talked about, maybe getting into some bread and doing some other things, getting into oils as well. So they have, the things that they're kind of planning on doing. So we have made contact with them. They are going to be purchasing it. This is farewell to our farm here on Humble Beginnings. We are going to be spending some time in Slovakia, kind of just preparing things and, learning some of the things that are going on there, getting involved with the ministry, traveling back and forth between here and there as we're preparing the move. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. We've spent a lot of time here. We've had a lot of, good times, a lot of ups and downs, some stressful times, a lot of learning along the way. But it's been nothing but a blessing since we've been here. So I'm grateful for the time that we had. And we're going to come back to see the grain mill completely renovated. And then we will bid farewell to Humble Beginnings. All right, so we have come back here just to kind of check out the grain mill. We heard from some of our contacts and our friends here that it was finally done and opened. So we're excited to just come back here and see how things are going. We heard from some of the investors that they bought an oil mill around here, and they are going to start turning their sunflowers into sunflower oil right away. Let's go ahead and shut this off. But yeah, looks good. It's quite the ladder. I wouldn't want to have to be the guy that has to climb outside of this. I wonder if we can climb up it though. Answer to that is no. We cannot. Yeah, looks good though. Looks very good. Let's go ahead and we can walk in here, which is really awesome too. Things look very nice. Nice little unload for the elevator. Go ahead and check upstairs and see how things are looking up here. Yeah, quite the vast difference from what it was looking like before. Like I said, it was nice to be part of this process. I know we only hauled some material from the warehouse, which was literally right there over to here. So we didn't do a whole lot as far as the manual labor, but we did still get to be part of the process, and we got to see the town, upgrading and evolving and, taking care of their stuff. I think it was a really nice touch to be able to be part of this process. Certainly does look good. Let's take a sky view just real quick. Yeah, it looks very good. But this does conclude our time here on Humble Beginnings. Like I said, it's been a journey filled with a lot of ups and downs, but a lot of blessings, a lot of trials. And I was blessed to be part of it. And I thank everyone who joined me for this entire journey. If you enjoyed the journey, you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe. Most importantly, I pray that, the messages that God put upon my heart that I share with everybody, I pray that those are the things that touch you the most. That, most importantly, you come to know Him and come to believe in Him and come to trust in Him. But until next time, I will see you all in Slovakia for a new journey in a new life. God bless.